Live from Wave in Louisville, Kentucky. This is Listens Live.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday to you. We have basically made it to the weekend. I want to thank you for being with us here on Wave Listens Live. I'm your host, Brian Schlonsky, and we've got a treat for you today. It is a takeover show with two of your favorite people sitting here beside me. Elder advisors with us, making sure you don't go broke in a nursing home, giving you all the information ahead of the important to attend upcoming workshops. So I mentioned there are two people here who you know quite well. They are always fantastic dressers. I tried to step up to the occasion today. Larry Weiss and Lindsay Fleming.
I'm so sad I didn't wear my blue. We could have matched.
Really?
We would like prom dates. Oh,
Why were you
AJ's
looking
watching.
at him?
AJ's watching.
Well, the thing is, truth be told, I don't want to brag, but I've got VIP seats tonight for Lionel Richie's concert at Young
Do
Center.
you?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the concert tonight.
Okay, so you got to dress for that.
That was what?
What?
You went Wednesday.
What? Oh, are you kidding me? This is so
Way to
embarrassing.
instill confidence, Larry.
Wait.
That's great.
I'm so out of the loop. I'm like, have a great time.
This is a 5-second tape delay. We can clean that up. I was all dressed for Lionel Richie.
So you
You're all
missed it, or did you,
dressed
for-
did you go?
I'm looking at you on the screen. I like the jacket. I hate the pants. I hate your pants.
You know what? It's
Brian
because
came dressed,
you know what?
Brian
The pants
came
are like
dressed.
Brian. They're electrifying,
Brian
and you're
came
not.
dressed.
This is
What,
electric
he's driving
blue.
a city bus with that jumpsuit?
I love this
What?
jumpsuit.
I'm like,
It's cute. Can I call out my hair? The fine folks at
Told
J.
you I had a
Nicole
treat.
Salon and Spa in New Albany made me beautiful this morning. Thanks,
Nice.
girls.
Was that for TV
Jesse.
or just for life?
What about the other 4 days of the week?
All of it.
What about the other
I
4
have to
days
do
of
it myself the other days a week.
Well, thank God you
J.
went to the
Nicole helped me
hairstylist
out
today.
today. Thank you, girls. Thank
Yes.
you.
See, when I said that they were in for a treat, I wasn't lying, right?
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I
we're gonna
know.
have some fun
We
today.
are here for real to talk about workshops.
Don't
and
do
why
it.
it's so important
Don't go
that
broke.
everybody comes to the workshops.
Let's
Come to
talk.
them.
Okay, as we lead into that, we were talking about this in the commercial break. People have heard the term, maybe the sandwich generation before.
Yeah.
What exactly does that mean? Why is that important right now?
Okay, well, I'll take it. So the sandwich...
I think we'll let Lindsay handle
Thank
that
you. I got it.
insightful
There we go.
question.
So the sandwich generation refers to a boat that so many Kentuckiana folks are in, is that they're working adult children, working adults, right? And they have kids at home. My hair's done something funny, look.
You're still reasonably attractive.
So they have kids at home, they're in high school, elementary school, all that comes with
They still
that.
need you.
Baseball games, all of that stuff. I'm a parent, right? My kids are in studio today.
Are they really?
That's a big job. And at the same exact time, that working adult is trying to take care of an elderly loved one. And that taking care of, right? Maybe they have to go over each week and take the trash out. Maybe they have to check in and make sure mom took her meds. I was a member of the sandwich generation. When I was in high school, my granny lived with us. We called her Granny B. Everybody loved Granny B. And I remember I would come home from high school. I'm 15, 16 years old. And she'd be, shh. Now, don't tell your mom, but I took the car out today around the neighborhood because we were limiting. My mom was really struggling with limiting her driving and all the things that come with that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm 15. I'm supposed to be stealing the car, Grandma. Come on, why are you doing this? So that's the sandwich generation. And so for anybody that's watching that's in that boat, the workshop is for you. That's so many of what we deal with is usually we're sitting across from a client and they're dealing with all of that. It's hard, and we have solutions for financial, for care. We have a master's level social worker on staff. So that's the sandwich generation's a big deal, and I think people aren't talking about it enough, right? They're not talking about how difficult it is.
And Larry, you've been at this long enough to kind of seen it all, and so well, you're expert level at this kind of stuff.
Well, I'm very blessed, and knock on wood. July is 28 years of doing this.
28 years.
28 years, and the last 14 is when we rebranded to Elder Advisors because, much like Lindsay was saying, and quite frankly, it was the first insightful thing she said in weeks, was
saved it.
The clients I'd engage and work with from 96, 98, and 2000, their parents were getting older, so they would reach out to me in 29, 2010, hey, mom fell, whatever. So my business model started changing a little bit. So dealing with the sandwich generation, so we kind of refreshened the brand to Elder Advisors, freeworkshop.com, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So all the people that Lindsay was talking about, the sandwich generation, those are the people, not everybody, but a lot of them are at the workshops because they need the help.
being that you've kind of seen this through several generations, is it even more imperative that we come to these now? Because we have, whether it's a single family parent home or both parents are there, everybody is working now. So if you're in the sandwich generation, you're taking care of kids and adults, and everyone in the household is working.
I share this story at the workshop, but I think about generationally, right? So my grandparents, and before I came to work with Larry, Larry did work for my grandparents, right? My grandparents all saw a nursing facility for various amounts of time. But I was also blessed to know 2 of my great-grandparents. And I think about them like, they never got sick, right? They got old, and the kids stepped up and kind of helped, and they all kind of just, they didn't need care. They were at home until the day they died. But that was a different generation. My grandparents weren't working, right? My grandma wasn't working, so they could help. And now people are working longer, right? So people are working 65, 70, 75. They're not available to help. So there's a lot of changes generationally that, and socially, culturally, that just make this type of planning so imperative, so very important.
And you mentioned the health aspect to it. Now there's more Americans than ever before, percentage-wise, that have some sort of disease or ailment that they're dealing with, and so that brings a whole new element into things.
Yeah, and it really does, because that's really I think the genesis. And once again, Kentuckiana, please relish this moment in time, because Brian Schlonsky, everybody's favorite TV personality, is insightful, hard-biting, but fair.
I'm so sad I didn't wear my blue dress. I almost had it.
You know what? I mean, quite frankly, this is tape delay. You would need more than just a dress to help.
It might be 1 second tape delay, if that. I don't even know if we got a second.
This is live. Okay, good.
But yeah, it's just, so the thing is, so much can be done. But we talk about the barbershop law at the workshop. We're having Amy Wheatley from Stein Law at all 3 of the workshops this month, because for husband and wife, one spouse goes into care, we can protect pretty much all of the assets. Now, there's at least one person watching. Well, I don't know. That's why you're coming to the workshop, because otherwise they're listening to Gus and Mary and John and Jim Bob. Well, nothing can be done. You'll lose everything, and that's not. And that might have happened to them, but the clients of elder advisors, that does not happen to.
So that's why you do what you do.
That's why I do what we do. So it starts Monday in Louisville at 10 a.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn. Freeworkshop.com. They can register. And Tuesday we cross the river, go back to what a lot of people say, the sunny side of Indiana, sunny side of the river, at the Hampton Inn on Broadway off Veterans Parkway in Clarksville. And we wrap up. We've had a lot of email Eventbrite registrations for Seymour, Indiana.
Yes, we're
very
excited
pleased.
to go
Hello,
see
Seymour, Indiana.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. I'll be out before nightfall. But that's Wednesday the 19th at 10 a.m.
At the Fairfield.
At the Fairfield, thank you.
Yeah.
And they can register at freeworkshop.com, because there's help out there. Instead of just sitting on your hands and calling your son or your daughter, what do I do now? Or
we're not experts in this space.
They're not experts. Or the sibling in Minnesota is calling his sister in Colorado, what do I do? And they're all bouncing this off and trying to figure out what someone told them. That's why you come to elder advisors. Don't go broke in a nursing home. You don't have to.
It's so good.
We got 2 more segments to go, which is good. And I didn't miss the shade, which probably well deserved. Indiana has become the sunny side of the river, hasn't it?
The sunny side of the river. Say you, say me.
I like
Lionel
it.
Richard.
Lionel, you missed the show. You're 2 days late. All right.
No one told me. I'm so embarrassed.
I thought it was today, too. We've got 2 more great segments to go. A lot more information to get in. We'll make sure that you have all the info on the upcoming workshops. Get some more questions answered if you're in one of the places that we've discussed already. See you back here after the short break.
Don't go anywhere.
The Wave Charlie Wilson's Jen Air Kitchen is furnished by Miller's Fancy Bath and Kitchen, Kentuckiana Countertops, Cherry House Furniture Gallery, and Annabelle's Oriental Rugs. Thanks to these great sponsors.
The latest local news and the most accurate forecast on Wave News at 7 with Dawn and Ryan. The only local news and weather at 7 p.m.
I'm Sam Aguiar. What does it mean when we say we've got your back? It means taking on bullies and making sure people don't get pushed around. It means treating all people with compassion and respect. It means standing up for what's right and never giving up until justice is served. And it means fighting for the results you deserve, standing up for the community, fighting for what's right. Call Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers. We've got your back. 888-8888.
My name is Amanda, and I smoked while I was pregnant. This is the view I had of my baby in the NICU. My tip is speak into the opening so your baby can hear you better.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT NOW.
Is mowing your grass a love-hate relationship?
At Outdoor Turf Products in Louisville and Shelbyville, we make it easy.
We put you on the Spartan mower that will meet your needs and get the job done fast.
And remember, at Outdoor Turf Products,
we make tall grass short.
Season passes to Kentucky Kingdom Theme and Water Park are your key to unlocking unlimited memories for the whole family. Buy a Kentucky Kingdom Season Pass now and save up to $20.
Now is the perfect time to buy during our summer clearance sale at Louisville Overstock Warehouse.
According to the CDC, bad falls are the leading cause of injury for people over 65. When nursing homes cut corners on safety, these types of injuries can go from just painful to deadly. If your loved one has suffered a fall, questionable illness, or other injury in a nursing home, it could be a red flag of improper care. Call us at Hughes & Coleman. We can help you get to the bottom of it. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
Wow. Oh, baby. Wow. Welcome back, Simone Biles.
We are back with you now.
I'm as surprised as you are.
Wave Listens
I like Kenny. That was a strong count-in. That was good.
But you know what?
I was thinking the same thing.
Hey, Jeremy, the producer, I kind of got a man crush on Jeremy. He knows it. He's insightful. He's on it. Thank you, Jeremy, for running the show.
Everybody has a man crush on Jeremy.
Right?
That's a normal thing.
He's just very pleasant, very nice, dash of professionalism. Don't tell LA I said that.
I won't. He's roaming around. He can probably hear you. He does all the gadgets and the technology. He can hear you already.
I'm just going to say endless love.
He can hear you already. Okay. You guys are here for Takeover Show. Important stuff. Next week, don't go broke in a nursing home.
Don't do
Free workshops, 3 different times you can go.
Yeah, we start Monday. Pretty much our hallmark is the Hilton Garden Inn in Louisville. We've been there quite a while. Exit 132 off of I-65 next to Exit 4 at Fairgrounds, right next to the Cracker Barrel, 10 a.m. And then, of course, Tuesday, we go north over to Clarksville, Indiana, sunny side of the river. And that's at the Hampton Inn on Broadway off Veterans Parkway. And then Wednesday, we're all pleasantly surprised. Boatloads of registrations for Seymour, Indiana. We're going up there. It's been about a year or so.
We had to check and make sure the room was big enough in Seymour. Because we had so many folks coming in.
Good issue to have. That means people, they know they need this information.
And several farmers have called. I will be out before night because I startle the livestock.
Do you?
They don't want the milk will sour with the cows, so I get out.
Is cow tipping still a thing?
That's a great population.
Hey, I'm walking on the ceiling.
Can we talk about the workshops now?
I mean, dancing on the ceiling.
That's a great population that Amy Stein, who there's always a legal component. She's going to be joining us the next segment.
Yep.
But there's no harder working bunch than farmers, right?
For sure.
And they I think they're in it and they do stuff every day. But we see so many farmers that are kind of late to the game. These farm families, these agriculture families, and it's like, they haven't done anything.
And that work eats their whole life.
It does. And I mean, no fault of their own, right? They're the hardest working group. I can't make it to a workshop. I can't make it. What come out. I'm saying come out. Come out, because there's so much that we can do. And farm families and agricultural families specifically, a nursing home or a care issue it can be very, very devastating. And there's things very easy peasy things that we can deal with on the front end for everybody, but specifically that population.
And to that point, and this is really everybody, but certainly with the agriculture, the folks out in the rural areas working all the time. We had an appointment last Friday. The son called the Thursday before. We got to get the hay up. It's going to rain Saturday. Obviously, that's important. It'll mold otherwise. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a farmer.
Sure.
But they're salt of the earth, and they're working that land. But we're so caught in working in our business, the farm or whatever. You've got to spend a few moments to work on your business or on your estate plan, because anybody, but certainly the farmers, the people working in the farms in the rural areas, they live by handshake, and that's admirable, and we all try to do that, but the world really doesn't to a large degree. Certainly when you get into this stuff, where they're land rich and cash poor, and these guys and gals are stunned by the repercussions. So they've got to make an investment in time. They make an investment with their equipment, their family, their scheduling. They got to get to HAP when it's not raining, and I certainly understand that. But you've got to spend a moment to work on your estate plan, because no one else does. We spend more time on our grocery list, taking the girls to Girl Scout dinner and putting on their dress and going to the ball game, all that, which is important stuff. But we got to work on building and maintaining what we spend a lifetime working for. We love children and elder advisors.
Of course you do. We've heard that. They are your future. They're all of our future, especially yours. But why this is important, speaking of the same population of folks, right? You talk about how there's options if you do some pre-planning that maybe we say don't go broke in a nursing home. Well, maybe your plan is I don't want to go in the first place. And if you've had a rural lifestyle your whole life, that can be way more jarring than somebody who's already used to living maybe in a metropolitan area.
Absolutely, for sure. And I love, listen here, I love don't go broke in a nursing home. Yeah, that's trademark. We love it. Don't go broke in a nursing home. Don't go broke in a nursing home. But the truth of the fact of the matter is, and we don't say this enough, so this is my mountaintop moment, the programs that we're talking about, the benefits that we're encouraging people to prepare themselves for are available in the home, right? They're available in assisted living. So you don't have to go to a nursing home to reap the benefits of these benefits that we're talking about and trying to get folks to qualify for. And so we talked a little bit in the first segment about the way times are changing. The miracle of modern medicine is we're living longer, right? I was just literally out in the lobby and somebody was talking about a heart surgery and a pig valve and things like that. We're living longer. The beautiful thing about modern medicine is people are living longer, and that's great. But what that's done is that our health span is shorter than our lifespan. So your health span, that means you're healthy until a point, and then you're not healthy, but you're still living, and those years are so expensive. They're expensive for the farmers. They're expensive for people in the metropolitan. They're expensive. They're expensive, and that's what we're trying to help against. And a little bit of pre-planning can prepare your family for that and yourself for that, and you don't have to worry about it.
Also, in this part of the country where you guys are experts and where you serve, that lifespan to health span gap may be wider than anywhere else.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. I mean, people are living in nursing, people from the living in nursing facilities or assisted livings. A lot of our clients, I'm just spitballing here, like the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years of their life sometimes. And nursing homes are costing $120,000 a year. For 8 years? I mean, that's insane.
Who has that money?
And then assisted living is a little cheaper, right? So we're like, what, $5,000 or $6,000 a month for that?
Less expensive.
Okay, fine.
Nothing's cheap in your life, right? You don't like
okay.
Look, there's a very good reason for that. You know why? I'm a player. Go ahead. Back to the show.
Well, so this is a great example, right? We were talking about somebody's at home, right? Mom can't take her trash out anymore. She struggles to get to the end of the driveway to pick up her mail, and I'm not sure she's taking her medicine correctly. There are folks in the community that can help mom with that.
Yeah.
But they charge about $30 to $35 an hour. Or you could qualify for benefits that cover those costs with a little bit of pre-planning.
Right.
So that's the importance of coming out to the workshop. Please come see us.
And the second variable, we talked about the crisis planning for husband and wife. We can protect pretty much all the assets. For a single person, we can still protect about half of the assets. Half of something's better than all of nothing. The second variable, the hands will go up, is pre-crisis planning. How many people have a loved one at home, trying to keep an eye on them and stuff like that? Well, with Mary Ann coming on board in the last couple of years as a 40-year master level social worker, she can develop plans so you don't go to the nursing home, which is really now refreshing, because a lot of people watching the show, we're never going to the nursing home, so I don't need to go to the workshop. Great. Now you have an option so that you don't go to the nursing home in the first place, because otherwise it is quite tenuous. It's very stressful to try and navigate it yourself. Because before Mary Ann came on board, families that come in, we get all the financials lined up. Often we would have the attorney doing the legal part, because, I'm not an attorney. I'm not a fashion designer either.
Kind of are.
Should be, But there's things that we can do. And now Mary Ann can work with those families so they don't go to the nursing home in the first place.
So Mary Ann is a master's level social worker. She's actually my mom, right?
Really?
So she lived.
Are you really serious?
Stop it. So she lived this. So remember, I told the story about Granny B, and she would steal the car while we were all at work and at school and stuff. So she's been through this. That's the great thing about it. Not only does she have 40 years of professional experience, but Mary Ann's walked through this with her own parents. She's been there. She's done that, and she has a caseload of folks that she sees on a monthly basis. And some of them, Larry and I never see. They don't need us.
Right.
They just need her expertise. So that's another great reason to come out to the workshop to learn about that service, because we don't talk about that, I think, enough.
Now, and here's an insightful question. All Kentuckian is wondering, how many battle scars does your mother have raising you?
Well, I was pretty good, thank you.
You gotta think
Court
about your
records
answer.
are sealed, to be sure.
We gotta go to break. Decide how you want to answer that question. We will have more information about the workshops after the short commercial break. Also, Amy Wheatley, attorney with Stein Law, answering some of those legal questions for us when we return.
Be prepared every day with your accurate weather forecast from meteorologist Tawana Andrew. Weekday mornings on Wave News Sunrise.
Ashley Stars and Stripes sale is going on now, and everything is on sale. Get unbelievable deals on hot buys up to 50% off. This summer, spend less and get more. Only at Ashley. Feels good to be home.
There's nothing like the freedom of the open road and the bond bikers share here in Kentucky. But motorcycle wrecks can result in very serious injuries like a TBI and broken neck.
At Isaacs & Isaacs, we are the attorneys for bikers. We know bikers because many of us are bikers.
So we take motorcycle wrecks personally.
These are just a few of the motorcycle wreck settlements we've gotten our clients. And our team will fight to get you every dollar you deserve. One call, that's all.
Did you know some dish soaps don't remove all the grease, even with scrubbing?
What? I just cleaned those.
Try Dawn Platinum. It removes 99% of grease and food residue. That's why Dawn is trusted to save wildlife affected by oil. Dawn Platinum cleans to the squeak.
Start your day with Wave News Sunrise, so you're on time every time.
Stay up to date with breaking backups and trouble spots
I want to show you an alternate route to get around this traffic
without letting the weather slow you down.
It's an alert day. Give yourself some extra time.
More updates.
We have a breaking traffic situation this morning, I-64 East.
More up to date. Be on time every time. Wave traffic every morning on Sunrise.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Ashley Stars and Stripes sale is going on now, and everything is on sale. Get unbelievable deals on hot buys up to 50% off. This summer, spend less and get more. Only at Ashley. Feels good to be home.
All right, we are back with you here on this Friday afternoon, our takeover show with Elder Advisors, getting you ready for 3 different workshop opportunities next week as we bring you back into the studio here. You've been hearing for 2 segments from Larry Weiss and Lindsay
Hello,
Fleming.
children. Hello, Kentucky.
We have our friend
Amy Wheatley from Stein Law.
That's Stein Law.
As you mentioned, there's always a legal component.
We're not attorneys.
We're going to get to that in a second. But first, Larry, we heard Lindsay kind of bring up this unicorn situation we were in.
It's not Larry's jacket.
Right. The producer is saying shout out to Russ and Connie Gunderson and their special son, Brian Lee. He wakes up about now and has his yogurt. Good for Brian.
Everyone loves Brian better than Larry.
Yeah, the unicorn is, a lot of people watching the show are like, well, Mom just went into care and we've got 100 days of Medicare for rehab. It does not exist. It doesn't exist, people. It's a false sense of security, and all it does is cost you potentially $10,000 to $12,000 a month, and Lindsay can dial down on it a lot harder.
Well, I mean, that's just it. That's just it. People are like, oh, it's fine. You know, she just went in. We've got 100 days. We've not seen a client, this is a true statement, we've not seen a client get over 40 days.
Wow.
I mean, in the last probably 2.5 years.
Yeah.
It's too hard. It's too hard.
Something
They just
you wouldn't know without professional assistance.
You just don't know.
No.
You just don't know.
No.
So that's super important. 100 days does not exist. It's not real. It's not real.
I think another aspect to this, and we were talking in the commercial break, is you guys have dealt, like we said before, several generations of people. You're used to having people come with assets, things they need to protect. Well, the new generation coming up is probably going to be one that has fewer assets than ever before. A lot of people don't have homes. They don't have things that they're trying to protect, but they still say, well, one day I want to be able to protect something.
Well,
what do I do?
To that point, for the criteria that we're dealing with here, you need to have the planning tools so that you can at least help your parents. Now, we'll get to you in a year or two, but we got to deal with the parents and the grandparents. Lindsay had a lady come in the other day. She had to get the tissue box out. It was a short meeting because
she didn't have a power of attorney, and we're not attorneys. That's why we have Amy. But you know, just that, and Amy talks a lot about that. I'll let her talk about how important that particular document is. Because we can't, I could not help that woman.
And this is
it was very sad.
an easier pre-planning step, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So a lot of people think that spouses can act for each other. You know, especially spouses that have been married 50+ years. You know, I know,
used to it.
Yeah, I know what food he likes. I know, you know, he knows what her favorite flower is. You know, they think, oh, well, then I can just go to the bank and you know, cash this check that's in his name. If you don't have a power of attorney, you cannot. A power of attorney is a legal document that allows someone to act in your stead for financial matters, as far as banking and real estate or anything like that. And the problem with not having one is they're great to have if you don't need them. You can just put them down somewhere, store them somewhere safe, and you don't have to worry about it. But if you need it, it's there, because most of the time, once you need it, it's too late to get one. Okay, because if someone, I'll get calls a lot of times. Someone will say, you know, Mom just got diagnosed with dementia, and I need to get a power of attorney so that I can help her handle her affairs. And I'll say, I'm sorry, I can't help you because she has a dementia diagnosis, and so she's not able to execute a power of attorney now. So at that point, you need it, and it's already too late.
Wow.
It becomes too late very, very quickly. Yeah. And you know, a power of attorney is just a really, really important planning tool and document, and we go over those at the workshops. Right. And what the alternative is to a power of attorney if you don't have one. So it's a super important document, and it's worth coming out to the workshop just to hear that nugget.
Jeremy's teeing up into my ear. That's why you come to the workshops, Kentucky, and don't go broke in nursing home. You don't have to. It starts with visiting freeworkshop.com. Monday, we're in Louisville, Hilton Garden Inn, exit 132 off I-65 by Gate 4 in Cracker Barrel. Tuesday, we go back to Indiana, and it's at 10 a.m. at the Hampton Inn on Broadway off Veterans Parkway. And Wednesday, Seymour is representing.
Book in the room.
Yeah, lots of calls, lots of email registrations. You can go to freeworkshop.com and register for Seymour on Wednesday. But we spend more time on our grocery list, and we do try and protect what we've built our lifetime for.
And you guys can call 855-LARRY-55.
It answers all of your questions.
855-LARRY-55. You can call and see.
Wow.
So.
Easy to remember. And you know, as we got a minute and a half or so left, it goes to what you were just talking about, the power of attorney. The people that are out there that are saying, I don't have anything to protect anyways. Well, yes, you do. And there's still pre-planning steps you can take.
If you need to make a phone call to a pharmacy for Dad, you better have the authority to do it.
Exactly. There's still things you need to do.
And I would say, you know, I think probably there are people watching that are like, oh, they deal, especially in that jacket, you know, they deal with people, they deal with millionaires. Those people have millionaires.
She said you look like a millionaire.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
You know, but
Jeremy said I'm delicious. Thank you, Jeremy. He's the producer. Thank you.
We're working with clients that's not the case at all.
No.
Right.
Sometimes our clients, you know, only have 50, 100,000, no home, you know, but there's still something that we can do. There's still something that we can do.
Okay. Well,
so we can help everybody. Come out to the workshops.
And I want to, it's worth repeating that Elder Advisors, children are our future, and we love children.
And so we brought some today.
This is my girl Riley. She just walked in. She did not wait for it. She was ready.
You said give her the cue. I gave her the cue under the camera.
We love children.
Look at the camera, girls. It's
yeah, look at the wave and everything. You know, what's so sad here, Lindsay always makes an effort
to introduce us. Kenny,
Kenny said wrap it up. Don't go broke.
We'll see you at the workshop.
Free workshop.